Hello there, this is Christopher's Weekly History Topics. This is going to be for the week of May 4th to the 10th. First off, I didn't do a topic video last week. I'm switching things up, like I said before in previous videos. Whenever it collides with, say the month starts in the middle of the week, I'm not going to do a video then. But anyway, this is going to be the topic for this week. The topic for this week is the rise and fall of the American Whig Party. Not the British Whig Party, the American Whig Party. Now, the rise of this Whig Party originates in the 1830s, and it's mainly, as it first starts out, as an anti-Jacksonian party. With the beginnings of the American political system, you had at first the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists, who were the Democratic Republicans. Well, eventually, the Federalists die off, and you just have the Democratic Republicans, which they eventually become the Democrats. You have some infighting between the Democrats for a while, and up to the point of, I would say, Andrew Jackson. And it's really it's really the distaste of Andrew Jackson that shows the rise of the American Whig Party. They saw Jackson as like a tyrant ruling over them, someone like Caesar or another King George III, if you're referring back to American history. They believe that it was bad for him to kill the bank charter, the National Bank, and that he should have really furthered the life of the National Bank because the United States needs a national bank, according to this anti-Jacksonian feeling. So anyway, they formed their own party in the 1830s, known as the Whig Party, and their first election, however, they lose. Their first election is in 1836, and they lose to Martin Van Buren, the Democrat. However, 4 years later, in 1840, they win the presidency with William Henry Harrison. Now, what do these Whig politicians believe in? Well, they believe in several things. First, they favor tariffs, government tariffs. Second, they favor a strong central government in order for the United States to hold itself together. They don't believe in small individual state governments that have, higher power than the federal government. They believe that, the federal government should be in charge, the federal government should be strong, and be supportive to the states. So, another thing that they support, of course, is the Bank of the United States. One of the reasons why they were why they were upset with Andrew Jackson was the killing of the National Bank. So they support rechartering the Bank of the United States. And another thing that they oppose, which Jackson supported, so this shows they're even more anti-Jacksonian beliefs, they oppose Jackson's Indian removals of the 1830s, and they think that the Indians should just remain where they are because they're not bothering anyone. Now we go to the election of 1848. The election of 1848, they pick a Mexican war hero. As you know, in the 1840s, there was the Mexican War. And they pick a war hero, Zachary Taylor. Well, he actually wins a good amount of states in the 1848 election. In fact, out of all 15 states, he wins a total of 8 of them. And he also wins the popular vote. So, Zachary Taylor becomes the first and only Whig president that we ever have. this success though is only going to last a very short time for the Whigs. What really destroys the Whigs is sectionalism in the 1850s. In 1852, they lose their last election that they fight in to, of course, a Democrat. And here you see the death of the Whig start really in 1852, after they lose the election in 1852 with General Winfield Scott. You know, they think, hey, this is a Mexican War hero. You know, he's well loved in the nation. You know, if we get this guy, he'll win. Well, not necessarily. And he lost, despite his wartime credentials. After this, you see the Whig Party just die off and splinter into several different groups. This is mainly after the 1852 election, mainly like 1853, 1854, around there. Some Whigs basically turn ideologies. Some Whigs become Democrats and join the Democratic Party. Others join what's known as the Know Nothing Party, and excuse me, and this Know Nothing Party was really an anti-immigrant party. They did not like immigrants. They did not like Catholics. They did not like, anything un-American. They did not like. With this Know Nothing Party, they actually got a lot of votes in midterm elections. They only had one midterm election with the Know Nothings, and they actually got a few seats in Congress, were elected to Congress as congressmen, and I think there was one senator that got elected. But even with that success, the party dies out within a year after the 1854 midterm election. Roughly 1855, 1856, you have former Whigs, Democrats that just can't stand the Democratic Party anymore, and you have the Know-Nothings all form into the Republican Party in 1855, 1856. So anyway, that's just the basic overview of the rise and fall of the Whig Party of America. Like I said before, don't get it confused with the Whig Party of Great Britain. Both countries have had Whig parties, and even though some beliefs will be similar, there are differences between the American Whig Party and the British Whig Party. So anyway, that's it for this week, and well, actually for next week. So, bye.